Over the course of the year, I've been teaching in a first grade classroom at Rio Elementary School in Lansing, Michigan. Prior to TE405, I believed in the power and importance of individualized educational plans across all subjects. This belief just has been enforced throughout this course. I was able to work very closely with two students through reading instruction, including the assessment process. This allowed me to see the differences of strengths and weaknesses between two students of the same age in the same grade in the same classroom. I was able to get to know a lot about these two focused students and their reading abilities in great detail. Before I worked with them individually, I had many conversations with my mentor teacher. She was able to tell me what their standardized testing scores were, what levels they were on throughout school reading programs, and she familiarized me with each of their word lists and a level reading text. I then used assessments from McKenna and Stahl, as well as qualitative reading inventory. I began with a student interview, so each of the students made me aware of their personal beliefs, of their own reading motivation, and areas they needed to improve on. All of these assessments gave me lots of specific data about the students' strengths and areas that needed improvement. I assessed the following areas of reading: word list, oral reading fluency and comprehension, book handling knowledge, phonological awareness, alphabet recognition, listening comprehension, and word inventory. I have come to the realization that all of these parts of reading are equally important. Usually, you can't have one without the other. They all build together. All of these assessments were able to tell me something about the needs of each of my students. Some of the assessments were similar and reinforced the same ideas, such as the sight word list and the Fry word inventory. Going into the lesson, I knew that every student had unique abilities, and it was unfair to categorize students based on their age and grade. I am a special education major, so I've devoted most of my educational career in studying individualized educational plans and observing the differences in abilities between students. The small group reading instruction assignment and working with two students from the same class that were the same age but were at two different points in their reading development only strengthened that belief and reinforced my attitude towards individualized education. In order to meet each student's areas of instructional needs, I believe it is important to have many opportunities to work one-on-one with the students, as well as in small groups. It is important to give them lots of opportunities to read. Assessment should be looked at as only a small portion to the picture, meaning I believe education should be balanced, and students should have multiple opportunities to check in. I learned that students who are labeled as behind have a lack of motivation and drive simply because they are talked about in a negative way. I will forever do my best to motivate students to read and make reading fun and interesting. I'm thankful for the books that we have used throughout this course, and I honestly believe I will utilize them in my classroom. As a future teacher, I imagine my classroom being very active. I envision students working together in small groups, reading text, working on computers which engage in reading activities, and working one-on-one with myself. Assessments are important and can tell a lot about a student, but I hope I can present them in a way where students do not fear tests and are able to perform on them to the best of their ability. I hope to build a warm environment where students feel motivated and welcomed. In the future, I will look at each student as an individual and build an educational plan that works best for their needs.